Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my NXT Stand and Deliver full show review. I am your host, Showtime Shoots. Let's talk about NXT Stand and Deliver. Yeet!
Showtime Shockers.
With the first match on the card, we had the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team #1 contendership match for the Women's Tag Team Championship match. Whoa, yeah. So, Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley ended up picking up the win to become #1 contenders for the WWE Women's Championship. My thoughts on this match overall: it was a solid pre-show opener match. The crowd was majorly dead until there was some high spots and some low spots, but overall I loved this match. This match was good. Moving on to our next match, we had Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page for the NXT North American Championship. This match right here was a banger. For every match on this card was good. The main event, when I get to the main event, I am going to scream. This match was fire as fuck. Like, no troll. Like, this match was actually good. Like, hands down, one of the best triple threat matches I've seen in a while. And hands down, one of the best triple threat matches I've seen in quite some time. It kind of beats Dijak, Oba, and I forgot the other guy's name, but it beats that triple threat that they had last year at WrestleMania 40 weekend. But anyways, this match was good. I love Saints versus Evans. I said Evans. Saints versus Ethan Page. It was a beautiful match. Phenomenal work from Mr. Ricky Saints himself. He did his thing. He dominated this match. Ethan took over. He dominated this match majority of the time, but Ricky Saints was able to pick up the win in a stunning fashion. So now, I think, for my personal humble opinion, I think it's time that Ethan Page moves up to the NXT roster. I said moves up from the NXT roster. I think it's time that Ethan Page moves up from the NXT roster to the main roster. I think he's ready. I just hope and pray that they do have some type of plans for him going into the main roster, going into the draft in the upcoming weeks. Hopefully they have plans. Hopefully he's not another Miz, and hopefully he can shine on the main roster like all his fellow AEW colleagues are doing in WWE. But moving on to our next match, we had Hank and Tank versus Fraxium. This was my second favorite match of the whole entire night. I predicted that Hank and Tank was going to beat Fraxium, and either Fraxium turned heel or Nathan Frazier turned heel, but that did not end up happening. Hank and Tank are your new NXT Tag Team Champions, beating Fraxium. I think Fraxium is going to, if Nathan Frazier does not turn heel, I believe that Fraxium will be going up to the main roster soon alongside with Ethan Page. So this tag team match, I don't have a lot of notes, but I said Frazier was gonna turn heel. I feel that Frazier is freaking fast as shit. He moves like Braun Breaker in the ring, but he doesn't move like he's fast as hell in the ring. This tag team, this was a tag team match. This is the definition of high, fast-paced quality tag team match. Two big men, Hank and Tank, that know how to move in the ring, were doing their thing in this match, ladies and gentlemen. This match was phenomenal. Banger tag team match. Jesus Christ, this match was good. Hank and Tank are your new tag team champions. No heel turn. I think it's time that Fraxium does go up to the main roster. Either Nathan Frazier turns heel on Axiom and that sets up a trilogy in NXT before getting moved up, or Fraxium in general just moves up to the tag team scene on Raw because they are in desperate need of some help on the tag team division on Monday Night Raw. But moving on to our next match, this segues into our next match. We had the NXT North American Women's Ladder Match. Zarya, Sol Ruka, Lola Vice, Izzy Dame. Hold on, let me name them off by fingers so I know, you know what I'm saying? We had Izzy Dame, Sol Ruga, Zarya, Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, and Izzy Dame. I think I said Izzy Dame. Hold on. Fuck! Izzy Dame, Lola Vice, Thea Hale, Kalani Jordan, Sol Ruka, and Zarya. There we go. We had those 6 women in a ladder match for the NXT North American Women's Championship. And when I tell you, Shawn Michaels does not miss on any PLE that he cooks up. This match was fire. Sol Ruka is now a double champion. She is the WWE Women's Speed Champion and the WWE NXT North American Champion. Shout out to Sol Ruka for hitting a top ladder soul snatcher, and then she hit a double soul snatcher on Thea Hale and Izzy Dame, which was so beautiful and so perfect. Climbed up to the ladder, grabbed the belt, and now she is our new NXT North American Women's Champion. This match was fire. My 3 picks to win this match were Sol Ruka, Zarya, or Thea Hale. Either or, I was fine with either or, but my personal pick, if I were to pick one, was Zarya, but Zarya ended up falling up short, and Sol Ruka picked up the win, so I'm glad that happened. Moving on to our next match, we had Dark State versus The Family in a 6-man tag team match. We had Stacks, Tony, and I forgot the other dude's name against Dark State. We had The Family versus Dark State, and this match was good. Tony Stacks did end up turning heel in this match, which I think sets up a trilogy between Tony and Stacks. And then we go from there. But one of my friends texted me and said there was a back. I missed this segment because I was doing something, but I saw they said that Stacks was trying to pull off, and the guy, one of the tag team people that he was with, said, "What the hell was that?" He said, "Follow his plan. We'll talk on Tuesday, or close their phone. We'll talk on Tuesday." Boom, boom, boom. So I'm like, okay, cool. That probably sets up whatever the hell he got going on. The underboss wants to take over the mafia, and he's doing a damn good job at it. And I think Channing Stacks does have a high future in the mid-card division when he gets moved up to the main roster. Let's just let's hope and pray that Shawn Michaels cooks up this single feud between Tony and Channing Stacks beautifully, so he could get even more pushed up when he gets to the main roster, when Triple H probably knows how to use him properly, please. But moving on, we had next match on the card. We had a fatal 4-way NXT Women's Championship match between Stephanie Valkyrie, Jordynne Grace, Julia, and Jada Parker. Jada, I can't say it enough. She is wise beyond her years. She has so much skill in the ring. She isn't above anyone on the NXT women's roster, but she has the potential to be one of the greatest women on the NXT roster. If she gets pushed well, I believe that she will be going after the NXT North American Women's Championship first before they give her the NXT Championship, and then she gets moved up to the main roster after like 2-3 years, maybe. I don't know, but that's my theory on how they're gonna do it with Jada Parker. But Stephanie Valkyrie, as I predicted, will walked out your still NXT Women's Champion, Stephanie Valkyrie. This match was a banger. I loved this match. This match was beautiful. Absolutely, every match on this card was a banger. Like, you're gonna hear me say banger throughout this video. I'm currently 4-1 right now. I wanted the Metaphor girls to win the match so they could face off with the tag team champions on Tuesday, but we're getting Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan versus Liv and Raquel after WrestleMania Sunday. So I haven't seen enough of Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan, but what they showed in this match was pretty decent enough to get my attention. So praise up that Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley win the tag team championships. I would like to see a tag team switch up from the main roster to the NXT roster, so they could spice it up a little bit because they have a lot of women on the NXT roster more than the main roster, if that makes sense. So yeah, but overall, beautiful show, beautiful match. Moving on to our last match of the night, the best match on the card by far, the NXT Championship Triple Threat match. Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Obafemi, the ruler, the conqueror, the man that you cannot defeat. Obafemi. Oba freaking Femi, you have done it yet again, successfully retaining his NXT Championship. Now, before I get to the match, I believe that Trick Williams, Mr. Trick James, bitch, will be getting moved up to the main roster. I believe that Javon Evans will win the NXT Championship this year. He's going to be the youngest person to ever hold the NXT Championship. That is a statistic that I hold very true. Javon Evans will win the NXT Championship in 2025. Mark my words. Trick Williams, it is time for you to get moved up to the main roster so you can hang out on SmackDown with Carmelo Hayes and do your thing on SmackDown and become the top mid-carder there, and then eventually get moved up to the undisputed WWE Championship side of things, but that's not till like later on in the years. I feel like Trick Williams he's done it NXT. He's two-time NXT champion, a North American champion. He's done it all. There's nothing left for him to do on NXT. He was a part of the transitional era with NXT 2.0 to the NXT that we have today. So that right there alone just says that it's time for Trick to move up to the main roster. So does Ethan Page. Ethan Page has done everything in NXT. He's won. First 2 weeks of his NXT run, he already won the NXT championship. So he has done it all, man. He's faced Ricky Saints. He's done beautiful feuds with Trick. He's been doing. He had a wonderful feud with Javon. I think it's time for him to move up to the main roster as well. But let's get into this triple threat match, the final match of the card. This match was an absolute 5-star triple threat match. I am not biased. That was 5-star worthy NXT triple threat match. No troll. That match was beautiful. Whew. Like my dog Booker T would say, no water, no bread, just meat. A whole lot of meat this match. Obafemi picks up the win. So let's talk about these spots that I saw in this match. But Trick Williams did a fucking backflip. Can we talk about that real quick? This man did a reversal backflip. I think Javon Evans was going for a drop toe hold, and then you see Trick Williams just backflip. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know he had that in his bag now. That shit threw me. But hey, whoo. This match was beautiful. What the fuck is he? Oh yeah, just me. Okay, I talked about that. Springboard off the Javon Evans did a springboard off the ropes, and Trick Williams jumped on Obafemi's back into Javon while Javon was doing the springboard, and then they collided into one another. And then that was a good spot. There was another spot where Javon Evans did a moonsault off the bottom rope from the outside of the ring. That shit was so amazing. I was like, what the fuck? He could do that? I was like, what the fuck? That shit threw me, bro. I'm like, oh my gosh, this match is fucking beautiful. Alright, they did the next spot that they did that highlighted the whole match was the double stack superplex. So Obafemi was on top. Obafemi was holding Trick Williams on the shoulders, and Javon Evans just said, fuck it. Just did a double stack superplex off the top rope. Trick Williams and Javon taking the craziest of falls. I'm not gonna lie. They took the brutal grunt of those falls. So after that, Obafemi was in the corner on the left side of the ring. This motherfucker Trick Williams and Javon Evans just said, all right, bet. We gonna run towards this motherfucker. We have no game plan. They ran into this motherfucker. Obafemi said, sit y'all asses down. I'm on some Samoa Joe type shit. He said, get your ass down. Where the fuck you think you going? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way to kind of show a salute to Samoa Joe by saying, he ain't say sit your ass down, I said it, but he said, sit your ass down. 2 hands for each person. Blurred. One-handed spine buster. I apologize, I'm too hot, I'm sorry. But, this man, Javon Evans, ended up hitting a OG cutter on Oba. Oba kicked out at 2. They got the first one he did was a chokeslam reverse into a cutter, and then he did another one off the top rope. Boom, boom, boom. OG cutter, kicked out again, right? And then the ending sequence of this match was so fucking good. Obafemi tossed Javon Evans into the barricade like a sack of trash. Then you see Trick Williams out of fucking nowhere fucking bookends him through the table, and then that was just it right there. And then after that, my nigga, Javon and Trick somehow, I forgot how they got back inside the ring, but Oba, Trick, and Javon got back inside the ring. My nigga, this man hit a double fall from Greece. He first hit it on Trick. Blur, that's one right there for you, you know what I'm saying? And then Javon, you feel me? Hey, sit your ass down. Oh shit, my fault. I got too excited, I'm not gonna lie. Did it break? No, it did not. Javon Evans said, sit your ass down. Sit your ass down, Javon. 1, 2, 3, double fall from grace. Obafemi retains. They were kind of dragging the ending a little bit. I don't know why, but they dragged the ending when Oba retained and they were showing his title. I guess that was a way for them to prep for WrestleMania pre-show, but I'm not too sure. But overall, I believe that Trick Williams is going to move up to the main roster, and Javon Evans will eventually capture the NXT title after not only getting an opportunity at that title last summer, and then getting it again at the end of the year. Well, towards the end of the WWE year, because, you know, WrestleMania is the biggest show of them all. So, for him to get the 2 NXT title shots in the span of a couple months, it's kind of crazy. But Javon Evans is for sure the future of NXT. Mark my words. But, ladies and gentlemen, that was my full show review on NXT Stand Deliver. I will be dropping this before WrestleMania Saturday starts. So hopefully you all watch and enjoy the show. I will see you all for my WrestleMania Night 1 full show review. Yeah, I will see y'all for my full show review for WrestleMania Night 1 tomorrow, which is Sunday. And I will see y'all for my WrestleMania Night 2 full show review on Monday. So we have a whole lot of things going on. I'm trying to get as much shorts and much videos out as possible. I'm trying to get my name out there, you know. But anyways, thank you all for watching. If y'all made it this through, leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Subscribe. You see that subscribe pop up, go ahead and subscribe, you feel me? Go ahead, watch my most recent uploads to the left of my screen, which is left of my screen. And then look at the playlist, watch the playlist of the wrestling content, and subscribe, bottom right. Anyways, I am your host, Showtime Shoots, and I will be seeing y'all in the next one. Later.
Showtime Shoots, signing off.